After booking their place in the Intercontinental Playoff in November for a chance to qualify for the 2018 FIFA World Cup, many of the All-Whites were back to their clubs and in the thick of the action. All-Whites striker and man of the moment, Chris Wood secured his first English Premier League start for Burnley against struggling Crystal Palace at the weekend. The 25-year-old, who joined the club on a record $26 million fee, was quickly into the play for the Clarets as he seized on a horrendous back pass from Lee Chung-yong. The All-Whites forward beat Palace goalie Wayne Hennessy with a fine first-time strike after just 3 minutes. Wood played 90 minutes and had a strong game as Burnley fought off a constant challenge from Palace and held on for the 3 points. For Wood, it has been a fruitful few weeks in front of goal after scoring the equaliser at Tottenham after coming on as a substitute 2 weeks ago and scoring a hat-trick in the first leg of the FIFA World Cup qualifier against the Solomon Islands in Auckland, which all but sealed the OFC Nations Cup champions' place in the Intercontinental Playoff in November. Matchday: Chris Wood's home debut goal made all the difference yesterday. Relive the action in our montage. Watch https://t.com/vrodkoipic.twitter.com GX70 Varbiquai PM. Burnley FC at Burnley official September 11, 2017. Meanwhile, All-Whites captain Winston Reid made a return from his ankle injury for West Ham United, who picked up their first points of the season when they defeated Huddersfield Town 20 at home. It was the perfect result to celebrate manager Slaven Bilic's 49th birthday and ease the pressure on the manager and club. The Hammers sit in 18th position, and will look to build on this result. Reid, wearing the captain's armband, gained some valuable match fitness on his return in what was a solid, hard-working display marshalling the backline. 3 massive points. Go epic.twitter.com 76 Inkfio. West Ham United at West Ham United September 11, 2017. Fellow New Zealand centre-half Tommy Smith sat out Ipswich Town's 21 away loss to QPR with injury, while fellow tractor boy Monty Patterson was an unused substitute in the Ipswich U23's 30 win over the Barnsley U23 side. SC Heerenveen, home to All-Whites midfielder Marco Rojas, had a 20-home victory over fancied rivals PSV Eindhoven to propel them to 7th on the Eredivisie table. Rojas missed the game as he recovered from the quad strain which kept him out of the All-Whites' recent FIFA World Cup qualifiers. Also in the Eredivisie, Ryan Thomas of Pek Zwolle played 90 minutes in a 30-away loss to Ajax. Thomas and Pek will be hoping for greater fortune in their next match at home to Heracles. Closer to home, the Wellington Phoenix are in Australia for a pre-season tour. The Phoenix Kiwi contingent of Michael McGlinchey, Thomas Doyle, Ollie Sale, Matthew Rydenton, Hamish Watson, Alex Rufer and Andrew Durante have all seen game time in the last week as the club builds fitness and match time ahead of the A-League, which begins on the 8th of October. The recent games against Blacktown 21 losing the Central Coast Mariners 10 loss have provided the new-look squad a chance to impress new coach Dario Kalzic. Match report: early pain strike separates lively Phoenix and Mariners pre-season clash. https://t.cocos2vjdwnspic.twitter.com 6rkwbxjf9e. Wellington Phoenix at Win Phoenix FC September 12, 2017. Over in North America, All-Whites goalkeeper Stefan Moranovic, who starred for Anthony Hudson's team in the away leg at Honiara recently, sat on the bench as the Whitecaps beat Real Salt Lake to solidify their position of third in the MLS Western Conference. Midfielder James Musa's Sporting Kansas City drew 11 with Columbus Crew, with Musa not featuring in the matchday squad. Neither Jake Gleason nor Bill Tuiloma featured in the Portland Timbers' 10-away victory over NYCFC. Portland are at the top of the Western Conference table. Meanwhile, centre-half Michael Boxall played the full 90 minutes as his Minnesota United team drew 11 at home with the Philadelphia Union. Former All-White Tyler Boyd, who is playing in the Portuguese Primeira Liga on loan to CD Tondela, came on for his third substitute appearance of the season, with his team 20 up at the 74th minute, only to see the lead evaporate with the team drawing as Pacos de Ferreira scored goals in the 75th and 92nd minutes to share the spoils. Tondela sit 11th of 18 places after 5 games. That's Jeremy Brockie's 51st goal for SuperSport United. 7 more and Hell overtake Abram Razelmir 57 as their all-time top scorer. Pic.twitter.com Cans 6HQK, Joe Cran at Yeswekran September 9, 2017 Over in South Africa, former All Whites forward Jeremy Brockie scored an important double as SuperSport United booked their spot in the MTN 8 final after claiming a 20-win over Maritzburg United in the second leg of their semi-final tie. Brockie, who has played 49 internationals for New Zealand, rose well in the 13th minute to head home Aubrey Modiba's cross. Maritzburg United came back into the match but were unable to score, and Brockie made them pay when he headed home at the far post. The Kiwi forward scored his 50th and 51st goals in the win, and now has his sights set on surpassing the late Abraham Russell-Main's record of 57 goals for the club. The 29-year-old has a fine record from his 2.5 years in South Africa and has scored in every competition HES played in. Bring on the MTN 8 final. Pic.twitter.com Nerfo60k, Jeremy Brockie at Brockie September 10, 2017 A good number of football ferns were in action ahead of the much-anticipated USA Tour, which includes 2 international friendlies against the world number 1. Ali Riley, who was a finalist for the Women's World 11 in 2016, played the full 90 minutes for FC Rosengård in a top-of-the-table clash in the Swedish Damallsvenskan against league leaders Linköping. Despite being 20 down, FC Rosengård rallied to score 2 goals for it to finish 22, and Rosengård claimed a valuable point. The Ferns skipper has played in all 15 league matches this year and scored 1 goal. Vi har just nu SJU spelare av par landslagsuppdrag.https://t.col903L5EL6, FC Rosengård at Rosengård September 12, 2017 Also in Sweden, Hannah Wilkinson played 83 minutes for her Vits Ho team in another draw. Her team remained scoreless at home to Patia. In the 12-team league, Vits Ho sit in 8th place on 17 points while Rosengård remain second on 33 points, 4 points adrift of the league leaders. Staying in Scandinavia, Kirsty Jallup, playing for Klepp in Norway, played a full game in a disappointing home loss to Trondheimsorn. Klepp remained 6th on the table. Football Ferns coach Tony Readings hopes Jallup can replicate her recent club goal-scoring form against the USA. CJ Bott, a product of the FFDP women's domestic program, was an unused substitute as USV Jena played out a 22 draw at home to Werder Bremen in the German Frauen-Bundesliga. Football Ferns striker Amber Hearn, who has opted out of this tour of the USA, had mixed feelings as she scored an 88th-minute consolation goal for FC Köln in a 53 home loss to SSG Essen. There were happier times for Betsy Hassett over in Iceland as her KR Reykjavik team overcame a 10 half-time deficit to storm home 31. Hassett, who is currently on 99 internationals for New Zealand and hoping to bring up that milestone on the USA Tour, played the full 90 minutes before she was substituted 4 minutes into injury time. Football Ferns goalkeeper Erin Naylor was pleased to have a win under her belt as her French Division 1 team Bordeaux overcame ASPTTLB 31. Video The Football Ferns goalkeepers being put through their paces this morning, only 2 days until we take on the @soccer_WNT. Pic.twitter.com 3VNCVWN, New Zealand football at NZ_football September 13, 2017 Experienced defender Ria Percival, who plays for FC Basel in the Swiss National Liga, played in a 22 draw against Zurich. Zurich maintained second spot on the table with Basel in third after 2 games of the season. Finally back to North America, and the American National Women's Soccer League had several Ferns preparing for the friendlies against the world's best side. Katie Bowen, who has been in fine goal-scoring form of late, played 56 minutes of FC Kansas City's 0-0 draw with the Chicago Red Stars. Kansas City remain 7th on the table of 10 teams. Football Ferns striker Rosie White, of the Boston Breakers, who are at the bottom of the table, were not able to upset the second-placed Portland Thorns. Ferns defender Rebecca Stott played a full 90 minutes as the 5th-placed Seattle Ranger 11 with 4th-placed Orlando Pride. The game had a frenetic finish when the Pride scored through U.S. soccer star Alex Morgan in the 92nd minute and Jessica Fishlock equalized in the 94th minute. Happy to be back with these girls hugging face. New Zealand Sun Football Ferns NZ Denver. Pic.twitter.com Real2G5D, Kirsty Jallup at Kirsty Jallup 11 September 13, 2017 The Ferns are happy to be back in camp for the first time since the Cyprus Cup in March and will look to cause an upset when they come up against the FIFA World Cup champions on Saturday in Denver. Related topics.